Wait a moment. This isn't a furry visual novel. Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gamers. Some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Tennessee. So, let's go ahead and jump right back in. From the comments, you guys were saying that something special is coming up. Oh my lord, I cannot wait. I'm very excited. Alright guys, please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes and let's jump right in. Alarm changer up, and let's go. Okay. We ended up out of the festival grounds in a deserted alleyway. Shoichi finally lets go of my hand. Are you going to tell me what this is about? Jeez. Sorry. Shoichi looks away, scratching the back of his head awkwardly. I'd prefer an explanation over an apology. I just saw a bunch of bad-looking men giving us the evil eye after I got the fish, so I kind of wanted to get out of there. I don't think they'd try to steal it, but you can never be too careful. Why would they try to steal a fish? Shoichi shrugs. Never underestimate stupidity. You declare something as one of a kind and it looks pretty and suddenly people will do anything to get it. There are people who actually tried stealing the fish right from the pool. You didn't notice the security surrounding the place? No. And frankly, the idea of hiring bodyguards for a fish is so ludicrous I can't even wrap my head around it. Well, anyway. Shoichi's face goes red and he scratches his cheek, looking away from me. Then, here you go. Aw, pretty thing. He hands me the plastic bag with the pretty fish. What? I'm giving this to you. Huh? Why? Weren't you looking forward to getting this? Wait, is this because I said I wanted to try getting him? I didn't mean that I wanted to get it to... Yuichi, I know you didn't mean that. Shoichi looks me dead in the eye. From the very beginning, I wanted to get him for you. What? I'm seriously confused right now. You're giving me a fish. I mean, yeah, he's gorgeous and all, but it's a fish. Heh, I guess it kind of sounds dumb without context, doesn't it? No offense, but I doubt I'd be any better even with context. Well, you remember Yamato? Yamato? Wait, my pet goldfish Yamato? You had him a long time ago when we were still kids. When was that? 7, 8 years ago? Something like that. I remember that you loved Yamato a lot. You cared for him every day and you'd even talk to him. Of course, I was really jealous of him, but I still found him pretty cute. I always wanted to try feeding him, but you wouldn't let me. You said I'd do it wrong and hurt Yamato. So one day, when you left to go grocery shopping like your mom asked you to, I decided to feed him. Wait, I seem to remember something like that. Was that when... And I thought to myself, fish food is so boring. I'm sure Yamato would like chocolate more. So I got some chocolate from the fridge and chopped it into small pieces. And I don't know if he choked or the chocolate poisoned him or some other thing, but Yamato died less than half an hour later. And I don't know. Oh. Shoichi looks down at the ground, looking almost as if he's in pain. I didn't know what to do because I knew you'd be devastated when you got home, and then less than 5 minutes later you arrived. You cried so much once you realized Yamato was dead, and I kept apologizing over and over and you didn't care, you just kept crying. I seem to remember something like that happening. Honestly, it was so long ago that I barely remember Yamato at all. My mom bought you a new goldfish since I was the one who killed Yamato, but you just wouldn't have him. We ended up returning him to the store after you refused to take care of him. I've always felt guilty about that. Shoichi, that was 8 years ago. I barely even remember that nowadays. And despite his face still being contorted in a weird and complicated look, Shoichi attempts to smile. The look on his face is almost heartbreaking. Maybe, but it always stuck with me. There weren't many times in our lives that I've seen you cry, but that was the only time you cried because of something I did. I always felt awful about that. When I saw the announcement that they'd be having that fish as a prize, I wanted to come here with you to try and get him and gift him to you. I know you might think it's silly, and honestly I don't blame you, but I'd really like it if you had him. Shoichi grabs one of my arms and lifts it up, putting the fish bag safely in my hand. This is my way of apologizing after all these years. Sorry I killed your fish. I don't even know what to say. This is one of the weirdest acts of kindness someone has ever shown me. You didn't have to do this, you know. It's not like I carried a grudge for all these years. I know that. You're not the type to hold grudges. You're way too nice for that. I know it might be selfish, but this is for my sake more than anything. I've always felt bad about that. I figured this would be a way to bury the hatchet. If I could get you this one-of-a-kind goldfish, then maybe I could feel like I did enough to warrant the forgiveness you gave me all those years ago. You're blowing this way out of proportion. Perhaps, but I'd still like for you to accept this gesture anyway. You're a dork. Alright, I'll accept it. Shoichi laughs. I didn't even realize how on edge I was about him looking so gleamy until I noticed how relieved I suddenly feel to see him laughing. That I am. And thanks for accepting this gift and forgiving me all those years ago. I lift the fish bag up to eye level, looking at the shimmery emerald goldfish as it swims lazily inside it. Doesn't look nearly as lively as he did in the pool, that's for sure. Well, what should I call him? Shoichi puts a hand up to his chin, looking pensive. How about Yamato, in honor of the fallen one? You're a huge dork. But that's not a bad idea. I look at the fish again, talking directly to him. From now on, you'll be known as General Yamato the Great. What do you think of that? He starts swimming more rapidly in his bag. He seems pleased with the name. Heh, you think so? As idiotic as this whole thing was, I can't help but be a little excited about it. I kind of remember loving and caring for Yamato all those years ago. Maybe those feelings are coming back. By the way, what's that sound? Huh? Shoichi's ear twitches. Is that? After we stayed silent for a moment, I realized that I kept hearing the sound. And once I focused on it, rain? We walked to the edge of the alleyway we're in and noticed that it's raining outside in the streets. Damn, it started raining while we were here? I guess the rain doesn't get inside because of the awnings. Doesn't this mean we're trapped here until the rain passes? Sounds like it, and it seems the rain is getting stronger, too. Phone's out of signal. Already? Jeez, is this a storm coming out of nowhere? Seems like it. A bad time for something like this to happen. How did we not notice it starting to rain? Shoichi shrugs. I suppose we were too distracted. Plus, inside the alley, you could barely hear it raining. Except now we can. Really loud, in fact. Yeah, it's really getting a lot stronger. It keeps getting louder and louder by the passing second. We have no choice but to just wait for it to pass. Shoichi and I stand in silence for quite a few minutes, waiting for the rain to pass. We could be talking about something, anything, but no conversation seems to come to mind. 10 minutes pass, then 20, then 30. We barely say any word during all this time, and the rain just continues to pick up and get stronger. Doesn't look like it'll pass anytime soon. Shoichi's almost screaming, but his words will still come out muffled by the deafening sound of the rain. Yeah! I keep staring out at the street. Every now and then we see someone carrying an umbrella and passing through. The flow of people was heavier right after it started raining, when it seemed like the people that were in the festival were fleeing from the rain. But now it's barely even a trickle. No one comes by in the past 5 minutes. Ooh, cuties! Hey, Yuichi? I faintly hear Shoichi calling me, even though he's right next to me. I also feel his hand brush against mine. I turn my head slightly to look at him with the corner of my eye. Thanks for coming with me today. Did he just thank me? I'm not sure I understand correctly, so I'll just go along with what I think I heard. You're welcome. I had fun. And why is he talking so quietly anyway? He needs to speak louder if I'm going to hear him correctly. By the way, Yuichi? Yeah? Speak louder. God damn it. You... What? I can only make out the words I and you. Stupid rain. What did you say? It was nothing. Forget about it. Jeez, now he speaks it so I can hear him? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to ask him about it again. It's probably not important anyway. Still, Shoichi keeps looking down at his feet. And why does his face look so red? In the end, Shoichi and I stood in silence for the next half hour, waiting for the rain to stop so we could go home. God, that was adorable! Oh my god, that was so cute! These two are gonna be such a cute couple! Huh? The school gate looks awfully empty right now. I arrived for class about 10 minutes early, but there doesn't seem to be much of anyone here. It's almost like a ghost town. Yuichi? I hear someone calling out to me, and surely enough, it's Shoichi. Shoichi, you're here pretty late. Don't you usually get to school 2 hours before class? I do. That's why I'm arriving right now. What? But it's 8:20. No, it's 6:20. Wait, what? I checked the time on my phone, and sure enough, it says 8:22. But my phone says it's 8:22. Let me see that. Shoichi picks up my phone and fiddles with the settings. Ah, I see the problem. You got the times mixed up and came to school late? No. Shoichi extends his hand, holding my phone to show me the screen. Your phone seems to think you're in Thailand, so it's showing the local time. What? I snatched my phone from his hand and start checking it. How did this happen? Your guess is as good as mine. Virus, software glitch, bad GPS app, the list is a mile long. You should really deactivate automatic time zone detection. That sort of thing can just go haywire sometimes. If anything on your phone goes into conflict with it, it just fails. Well, gee, thanks for the late warning. Hey, this isn't my fault. Don't yell at me. Sorry, it's just 2 hours of sleep. Lost. Well, it's not gonna hurt you to be early for once. I'm gonna go to the rooftop and get some sleep. Whoa, hang on! Just as I try to turn around and walk away, Shoichi quickly grabs me and spins me back to face him. You're already here, you might as well stay up and do something. Let me guess, you're gonna tell me to study. He scratches the back of his head, thinking his answer over for a few seconds before sighing. Well, I was gonna suggest it, but at this point my words would only fall on deaf ears, wouldn't they? Oh good, you can learn. Har har, very funny. I don't appreciate the sass, mister. It was done with the best of intentions. Sure it was. Well, you might as well socialize then. With who? After your classmates arrive early to school. I also know for a fact that Urushihara usually arrives at this time. And if you want, I only have to give some papers to look over at the student council room, and I'll probably be free in 10 or 20 minutes. Well, okay. I guess we could have some fun before classes. You bet. Either way, I need to get going right now. I'll see you in a few. Do try to stay awake until I come back. Heh, as if I'd fall asleep in 20 minutes. Heh, I'll hold you to that. Bye. Yep, see you later, Shoichi. He's gonna fall asleep. Well, I guess this morning might not suck as hard. I still have no idea what messed with my phone's time. I guess this is why I didn't see Mom or Aki when I was getting ready for class. They're probably still asleep. And here I thought I was the last one to leave the house. I decided to drop my bag off at the desk before I set out to look for Keikun. As I step inside the room, I notice a few people are already in the class. Among them, I recognize someone that I definitely did not expect to see here at this time. June? The tiger snaps back to reality, looking to the side to see me standing by the doorway. Oh, Yuichi-san, good morning. Wait, what are you doing here so early? I pull up my chair and take a seat. Good thing my desk is right next to his. You know that should be my line, right? I can count on my fingers how many times I've seen you not be late for class. Oh, come on, now you're exaggerating. I usually arrive at least 5 minutes before class starts. Alright, I'll give you that much. Still, for you to be 2 hours early, that's surprising. Maybe just a little. Oh, so even you recognize that it's unusual. I guess, it's not like I was early because I wanted to. Did your phone's clock go haywire too? Not really. I tried studying for a bit last night, and, well, I ended up falling asleep. Because of that, I woke up earlier than I wanted to. You? Studying? That's new. Hey, don't act so surprised! Gah, sorry. Well, anyway, since I was already up, I decided to come to school early. Me getting here early today was just a coincidence. I don't plan on doing it again. Well, at least you tried to study on your own. I'm a bit curious as to why. What brought this on? I got some pretty bad grades on that last mock exam. At first, I didn't really care about it, but I realized that if I got those sorts of grades in our midterms, I could potentially flunk out of my last year. Oh, we certainly don't want that. Right, so I decided that I should try studying more. How often do you study right now? Maybe I can try helping you come up with a better routine. Well, I swear to God, if you tell me that you don't study, I'll smack you upside the head. What? I swear I study! How often? Once a month? I smack his forehead, making sure to put enough power to make it sting. I'm not crazy enough to hit him as hard as I can. Kia! You said you'd only do it if I didn't study at all! If you only study once a month, then you might as well not study at all. But... Yes? Studying is so boring! Kia! My poor forehead! Take your studies more seriously. I will. Please stop smacking me. I lean back on my chair, sighing. This isn't a joke, June. Our school is pretty demanding when it comes to grades. Even a genius would have trouble passing if he only studied this much. And we both know you're not a genius, at least not when it comes to academics. Sorry, I'll try to study more often. You better, or else I'm going to pull your tail as hard as I can for each subject you get a failing grade on during the midterms. Kia! Stay away from my tail! That seems to have driven the message home, at least. Well, I guess that's enough of a lecture for now. Really? Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to smack you anymore. You won't pull my tail either? I won't. Oh, thank God. Hey, by the way, Yuichi-san, what are you going to do to pass time until class starts? I've been bored out of my mind for the past 20 minutes since I arrived here. Well, Keikun usually arrives at this time, so I was thinking of hanging out with him until class starts. But I can hang around here with you if you prefer that. I guess I wouldn't mind going to see Urushihara. Urushihara-san. Well, at least you're cheery about it. Shouldn't I be? That's not what you know what? Never mind. Let's check if Keikun's in his class already. Okay. We go downstairs to the juniors' classrooms. Do you know which one is Urushihara-san's? Yeah, he's in Class 2B. It should be right around here. A few heads turn as soon as I open the door. Some curious second years look at us with curiosity, exchanging whispers here and there. Well, I guess it's not unusual to have someone from a completely different year walk into someone else's classroom. Now, where did Keikun sit again? Yuichi-san and Kobayashi-san? Ah, I see Keisuke sitting in the center of the room, next to a group of students. That's why I didn't see him at first. What are you two doing here? No, wait, why are you two even at school? Aren't you guys always late? Excuse you, I'm always on time. Yeah, and I arrive on time 50% of the time. So you're saying that you're late about half the time. Sounds like a commendable track record. I see that he hasn't allowed his early morning routine to affect his sunny disposition. Why we arrived early isn't really important right now. And to answer your previous question, we came here to look for you. Oh, is that so? Oh, yeah, Yuichi-san said he was thinking of hanging out with you until classes start. I just came here to tag along. If you're not busy, that is. I guess I've got time. I was going to review yesterday's work before class started, but I don't really have to. I'm already doing well, as is anyway. Hey, Arushihara-san, how much did you score on the last mock exam? Me? 94. Why? What? Everyone in this group is a brainiac except for me! I wouldn't really go that far. I just study a lot. Really? How often? Oh, 1 second, guys. What is this on my arm? Oh, okay. At least 3 hours a day after school. Wow, that's a lot! Compared to how little you do, it certainly is. Gah! What about you, Kobayashi-san? I don't want to say. Huh? How about we just change the subject? Keikun stares at us both with a confused look on his face. Agreed. Well, getting back to the topic that first brought you two here, how about we go someplace else then? I think my classmates are staring a little too hard at you two, mostly at Yuichi-san, especially the girls. Sure. How about we go to the roof? Students aren't allowed on the roof. Exactly. I don't like where this is going. We're going to get in trouble, aren't we? Just as we walk out of the classroom, a fox spots us leaving and rushes over to us with a big smile on her face. Ah, Yuichi-kun. Just who I wanted to see. And good morning to you two. Oh, morning, Kitsunegawa-san. Hello, Kitsunegawa-san. My, I really thought I was seeing things when I saw June walk into the classroom about half an hour ago. But then when you came in too, Yuichi-kun, I couldn't believe my eyes. We were just a little early today is all. But why does everyone keep fixating on that? Pretty much what June said. Don't get used to it. Class rep giggles, her voice carrying lightly through the air. Well, it doesn't really matter. You said you wanted to see me? Oh, yes. I was working on plans for our class's event at this year's school festival. Already? Isn't the festival in November? It's true that most schools do it in November, but ours hosted at the end of May, which is still a little over 1 month away. Why are you already working on it? We can't very well expect to put up a good event if we don't take the time to prepare, can we? Nope. Alright, I'm gonna pause it right there. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. It is 11:28 p.m. I'm ready to flake out and play some games and relax. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks or tip if you can. It always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!